morning. Welcome to the rocky shore. And I feel like I'm talking a little bit slower, a little bit calmer, because today I'm exploring Arbroath, which is where I normally come, but in the morning. And I have just had the most magical sunrise journey here. It was glorious, and it's, you know, not even 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's just this soft, lovely, glowing light. There's lots of birds around, not very many people. It's perfect. Hopefully some species have woken up, or some species are still asleep, like a sleeping octopus in a rock pool. I say this every time and I never find the octopus, so. Devil crab! Now this might be the most well-behaved devil crab I have ever seen, but holding him even very gently, he's hard, but he feels slightly on the softer side. So crabs, to grow up, they have to shed their shell, spend a couple of days kind of ingesting water, pushing their body out, growing, before they grow a new shell. And it's during this time that they're really vulnerable. And I wouldn't mind betting, because he is a teeny weeny bit softer than I would imagine a crab to be, that maybe this is his like last day of like firming up his shell. And during this time, they're not going to try and fight you. They're not going to try and pick a fight, because they know that they're vulnerable, because they're, you know, slightly softer than normal. But having picked this guy up, it's really cool, because now I can show you the swimming legs of a devil crab. So unlike the other crabs you'll find on the shore, or most of the other crabs you'll find on the shore, this is kind of a half swimming crab, which means that his back legs are flattened and have these little hairs on, and this is so that it can help swim. They act as kind of a paddle. There are some crabs that are almost truly swimming crabs, and they will have more of their legs, or all of their legs kind of flattened like this. But this is a really cool adaptation for this creature, to mean that he can, you know, still run and be agile on the seabed, but he can then, you know, jump off and swim a bit too, and it just makes them gonna be one of the best predators on the rocky shore. And it's just so cool and so cute. He's so teeny weeny, little teeny weeny devil crab. He's gonna grow up big and come and find me for mocking him. So he's gonna be like, in 2 years' time, he's gonna be like, you remember me? You called me cute. Because that's gonna happen, I guarantee it. Lovely. A stickleback, which I didn't think we would see again, I found that I've only ever seen them once, and I found them here. Now you might be thinking, how on earth did you spot that? Okay, that is a valid question. So, a great tip for rock pooling, and I suppose this comes with practice, and I go rock pooling a fair bit, quite experienced. But when you're looking at things, especially in big pools, so that pool is connected to the sea, you'll see that things are kind of swaying. See, I told you this was going to be a nice calm video, doing a little bit of dancing. No, so you'll see that things are swaying, and you might see some floating through the water. And in rock pools where things aren't swaying, this is much more obvious as well. You just kind of always have to, so I was filming the devil crab when I saw this, keep things in the periphery, and I saw something. I mean, you've seen the camouflage on a stickleback, it's incredible, and I'm really loving sea oak, which is that seaweed. It's really doing well this year, and it's just stunning and really quite aesthetically pleasing, and that's what sticklebacks like, and of course because they blend in so well. And I just saw this bit of seaweed, which was a bit bigger than a usual bit of seaweed, but I suppose you can't be expecting seaweeds to be all the same size. It hit another bit of seaweed, and then out of the corner of my eye I saw it go in a way that I didn't expect it. It kind of shifted and turned, and that might be something really weird, and you might be like, how can you look out for that? But if you're just rock pooling and sitting around, you just kind of notice a movement. It's just something that you see that doesn't quite fit in with the general flow, and it's that tiny movements that you're looking out for, which is usually like a fish moving or something walking, or maybe it's a bit of sediment that's been like chucked up, and maybe that's a really calm rock pool and nothing's being chucked up. There's no everything's still, everything's calm, and suddenly there's that bit of movement in the peripheral vision. And that's kind of how I saw that go into the sea oak, and then I looked around and kind of found it again. So I suppose just practice when you're rock pooling, taking the time, being nice and calm, and focusing not just on what you're looking at, but also kind of keeping a wider view, keeping in mind that right next to you could be something hiding, so you never want to give your attention 100% to everything. Keep that 10% on the tide and the other 10% looking at what is just around you, because there's so much life that within the next 30 centimeters next to your wellies there could be some really cool stuff hiding. And that's really cool, because I struggled to film the stickleback last time. It was in a deep rock pool and I couldn't quite reach in, and it's lovely to be able to get a close-up. Not a picture of its full body, which I wanted, but at least I got a gorgeous close-up video of its head. It was beautiful. So beautiful is this day. I also want to point out, and I probably don't say this enough, that just being here is more than enough for a day out. This here is so stunning. If I never found a species on this shore today, I would have had a fantastic day. So if you just want to get out for the day, and maybe you're not so fussed by rock pooling, but you want to give it a go, just pick a nice, lovely day like this, and it'll do wonders for your soul, regardless of what you find, and everything on top of that is a bonus, which is it's just wonderful. I mean, the light. Oh, how lucky am I? Okay, I just got to show you the glamorous side of rockpooling. So should have brought my neoprene gloves because the water is very cold. And usually, you know, you could bring gloves to warm your hands up afterwards, which is always a really, really good idea at this time of year. But your hands get all wet, so actually, to warm them up for a few minutes, it's much easier to put your hand into some socks. So I've got these thermal socks, which I'm gonna wear. They're clean. Oh, that's better. Oh, it's not even October yet, but this is the realities of rockpooling in Scotland. Is it cold? Yes. The sun is starting to come up now, and I'm not gonna lie, for my hands and my body, that is a welcome treat. A bit of Scottish summer warmth, which is, well, I suppose not summer, autumn sun warmth. What a glorious day. I'm having a great time. Are you having a great time? Comment below, let me know. Are you having a great time? What would you like to see? What are you excited for? Are you excited to go rockpooling? Have a discussion. Start a conversation. I'll be in the comments. My electronic self is disappearing off into the comments now. It's really interesting what you find. Like, I feel like today's rockpooling session has been a real, like, kind of almost summary of the rockpooling season. We have found another stickleback, a devil crab, and a dragonet and a common go. Like, we've done really well with the fish and the gobies and stuff, and like, it's very bizarre because this, like last year and the years before that, I found loads of flatfish, which I've only seen 1 or 2 of this year, and I didn't ever see a dragonet before, and they seem to be really common. I never saw a stickleback before, and I've only ever seen them twice, but still, the fact that I'm seeing them more, and I just think it's really funny how certain years have certain different rockpooling kind of traits and trends. And again, devil crab, never seen that up here before, and now I've seen quite a few of them. And so that happens in the sea. You'll have some seasons where, like, maybe a certain species didn't have the right conditions and they don't do so well, but then the next year they're picked back up, and so it kind of shifts and changes and kind of does this over time, like populations and stuff. So it's really interesting to see what different species we find. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to have to end it here because the tide has literally come in, so I can't carry on any longer. And I hope you've really enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to support my channel. Comment below what you want to see in the future and what facts you want to learn about or what you want to hear about. I'm here to, you know, communicate science, communicate marine biology to you guys, and I want to make whatever you want me to make. So just let me know in the comments below. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.